In an airport outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, throughout the entire night, I started working on developing a game concept that came from a simple idea. An endless dungeon crawler that took concepts and mechanics from some of the classic games that I love to play. As I waited for my plane to return home, I was able to knock out the entire game design document for the game, Stench of Mildew. The original concept has greatly evolved throughout the last 3 months, but at the heart of it, the foundation of the concept from that late night is still there. The evolution this game has taken is in simple aspects: expanding gameplay, player progression, and the multiple levels of added features. The gameplay takes on the theme of classic RPGs where the player enters a dungeon room and explores its environment. Within the room, the player will face several dangers and hopefully be rewarded for their bravery. The gameplay is open for the player to play each room differently and take on the challenges in their own way. If they need to, they can take on the room's guard in a classic turn-based battle. As mentioned previously, the game has greatly evolved since its original conception. At the beginning, the core was focused on the dungeon crawling, but as time progressed in development, new and different enemies were added and the turn-based battle became the main focus. While the foundation is still there, so many mechanics have been added since my initial vision, all of which only made the game better each step of the way. The key to my success, since I worked on this capstone project by myself, was clearly focusing on mapping out events. At times I had to create new and ever-changing flowcharts that helped me understand steps along the way. With so many scripts and events occurring constantly in the game, I had to make sure that everything went like clockwork. The development of the turn-based battle system was difficult, but by utilizing this mapping system, it helped streamline the creation of 5 different state machines. Adding the player feedback along the lines of controls, audio, and better tutorial system really took this game from a prototype to the finished product it is today. Keeping things simple as possible and trying to find shortcuts in programming was not the best approach for several items I tried to develop. There were several times where, instead of helping the player understand something about the game, I took a shortcut and assumed they would grasp the concept from previous gameplay experience. Shorting on the tutorials and forcing the player to read several lines of text made the player often confused and frustrated. By adjusting this and taking the time to fully develop better player feedback was the right approach in order to have the player know what to do and enjoy the gameplay. Overall, the experience has been extremely rewarding. The skill I most certainly improved and found most useful was scripting. Throughout my time here at Full Sail, I considered scripting to be a double-edged sword. Overall, I have been able to do any programming that has come up, but once it took a while to learn, test, and develop, I always ended up taking shortcuts. With this project and capstone, I feel I expanded my knowledge of programming, coding, and learning how to better communicate ideas to the players. Even though the Stench of Mildew of today does not match the initial vision I had for the game, I feel that along the way, the added development that I put into this game has only improved it tenfold.